Right, this is going to be 7 years of brutally honest advice when it comes to starting a business. And it may be not something that you want to hear. If you're thinking about starting your business, it might put you off, but that's what separates successful people from non-successful people. It's the people who are ready to face adversity, difficult struggles in order to achieve a goal or achieve success. And trust me when I say it's not going to be easy. So we're going to get straight into it. And the point one is exactly what I said. It's going to be probably one of the hardest things you will ever do in your life. So becoming successful, starting a business, scaling it, it is known to be one of the most difficult things you can do. There's lots of difficult things in this world, of course, but starting a business and becoming successful is extremely hard. And there's many reasons for that, which I'm going to go into now. So I want you to imagine the weekly life of an entrepreneur. And this is kind of what it looks like. You're going to be dealing with countless issues every single day. So almost every single day, you're going to have some kind of fire to put out. And sometimes you'll have multiple fires to put out at any one point. And you might have huge, massive industrial level fires to put out. Things that could really ruin you. Things that could bankrupt you. Things that could put you out of business for good. Things that could just absolutely ruin and just take you back to step one from one bad decision. So you've always got to be on your game, and you've always got to be able to deal with that pressure at any single point. You're going to have lots of problematic customers. Business is not plain sailing. We all know what it's like to deal with problematic people. So when you've got a business, you're going to have problematic customers. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with that, how to put them behind you if you can't manage to make them happy, because it can happen. You're not going to make every single customer happy. That's almost impossible. So you're going to be dealing with lots of problematic customers on a regular basis, which can bring you down, can bring your mental health down, can cause you stress, and that's just going to become part of normal life for you. You're going to have sleepless nights. I can testify to this. I remember on Sunday nights trying to get to sleep before going to work the next morning on a Monday, knowing basically how much shit I was going into again the next day. It is absolutely draining. So you will be experiencing a lot of sleepless nights. You're also going to need to take big risks. So if you're not prone to taking risks, then realistically, you're going to struggle to be successful, because you're going to have to take calculated risks very often. You're going to have to put money on your line, you're going to have to put your reputation on the line, you're going to have to put everything that you've got on the line at some point in order to jump up to that next stage. You're never going to get anywhere without taking some form of risk. And that could be in the form of taking a loan, maybe remortgaging your house, borrowing money from family or friends. You've got to put yourself on the line in those situations and make it through to the other end. So that's very important. So if you're risk adverse, then you're going to have to learn to take risks. No one's going to give it to you on a silver plate as well. This is one big thing that you're going to have to learn. You're going to have to go out there and do everything yourself pretty much. It's going to be hard to rely on people sometimes, and nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody's going to come and just happily give you their money, make you successful. It's going to be a slug. It's going to be a grind. You're going to have to go out there and take action and take what you deserve. Moving on. So this is one point that I think a lot of people may not consider. You're going to make some enemies. There's no way around it. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there in business. And one of the phrases or quotes that my dad always used to tell me is that in life, there's sheep and there's the wolves. And you've got to decide which one of them you're going to be. If you're going to be the sheep that gets eaten because you've not got the capacity to be aggressive and let people walk all over you, then you're going to become the sheep and you're just going to get eaten up and you're not going to be successful. Someone's going to either scam you or take advantage of you. It's happened to me plenty of times. So you've got to think like a wolf. You've got to go out there and eat the sheep, eat the other people that are not successful, because that's just how business works. The people who are not successful, they've not got it in them, and there's no way other way around it. It's very much like the animal kingdom in business. So you're going to also encounter a lot of bad people in business. So you've got to make sure you've got your wits about you. There's scammers out there, people who have not got good intentions, who have not got good morals, and they will take advantage of anybody who comes across them that they think they can take advantage of and make some money out of. So you've got to have your wits about you at all times. You've got to learn to understand body language, try to analyze what people's strategies are when they're dealing with you, especially if you're entering into supply negotiations or distribution contracts. Lots of different things you've got to be aware of. People do not always do what they say they're going to do, and they might have ulterior motives. One of my points on that is that you should really be careful when you're entering into legal contracts, and you should always have some form of advisor review a legal contract before you sign it, because there's been many instances where people have been done over, they've lost lots of money, they've lost intellectual proprietary. There's lots of situations that we've all heard of that when they've not read the contract properly and they've been duped out of what they've been owed, which they never knew about because they didn't take the time to read the contract properly. Maybe you get excited, you want to get a deal over the line, but trust me, it's better to not take a deal and continue moving forward than it is to take a bad deal which ends up costing you a lot of money in the long run. Okay, it's probably going to take a lot longer than you're expecting. I thought in my business I was going to be very, very successful very quickly, and again, it took me a lot longer than I expected it to. And it's probably going to be the same for you. Everyone knows that if it was too easy, everybody would do it. And there's lots of these get-rich-quick schemes. They don't work. They're never long-lasting. They're always too good to be true. If you want to build a real solid business, then it's going to take time to do that, because you're going to need to make sure you analyze decisions before you make them. You need to find the right people to build a team with. You need to build a reputation. And all these things take time. They're not things that can be done in 6 months to a year. So if you're in this just to do 6 months to a year, try to make a bit of money, good luck. It's not going to work. You're just going to be restarting again. You'll have lost a year. You may as well take it slowly, do it right the first time. And that also goes back to one of the quotes that I spoke about in a previous video about Rome wasn't built in one day. Okay, so don't rush it. Don't rush the process, because at the end of the day, the journey is the actual enjoyment. The journey of creating a business, doing it properly, having something solid to fall back on at all times. That is what it's about. It's not about rushing to the end game, not rushing to make lots and lots of money straight away, because then that's when things can occur that can go badly for you. Things can often take time to materialize. So if you're going through contract negotiations or you're trying to develop a product, it's better to do it, like I said just a second ago, better to do it right the first time. So it might take longer than expected to materialize these kind of situations. And one of the things you'll also encounter is you're going to go down a lot of dead ends. So there's a lot of situations where you think, okay, maybe I should think about starting to offer this new service, or maybe I should start working with this new supplier, or maybe explore importing this product from this country instead of doing it this way. There's different situations that you'll come across in business, no matter what business it is, where eventually you're going to go down these dead ends. You'll go down, you'll spend 6 months, maybe 12 months, maybe longer, investigating, researching, thinking, connecting, planning out how that situation is going to come about. And in the end, it could just be a dead end. It might not be the right situation. You're going to have to learn to deal with that. You're going to have to go down these dead ends, turn back and go find a new path. And there could be another dead end again. That's all about being an entrepreneur. It's continuing no matter what obstacle comes in front of you. And one of the things I heard Alex Hormozy speak about is any business model can work. And I completely agree with this. It's just the owner that makes it fail. If they give up eventually, if they don't do it right, if they don't actually enact the business growth correctly, it's not the business model, any business. There's millions and millions and millions of ways to make money in this world. It's all down to the actual owner that either gives up or fails at it, first of all. And this is it, really. You're not going to be a millionaire within a year, realistically, unless you hit some kind of crypto coin, or for some magical reason you hit the golden jackpot with some kind of business that just takes off straight away and you've just hit it with the right time and the right place. Okay, so moving on. This is an important one a lot of people also don't consider, is that your friendships and relationships are going to suffer from you starting a business. Because if you want to be successful, you're going to have to put everything you've got into making it work. And you're going to have to make sacrifices to do that. And that could be missing date nights, not spending time with your family, not spending time with your friends, missing out on going to the pub, not going on holiday sometimes. Loads of different times when you're going to have to think, well, can I really afford to go away on this holiday? I've got this much work going on and maybe not have got the funds. Maybe I need to reinvest in the business instead of going out and spending it going out. Instead of spending it going on holiday, for example, there's many times where you have to make sacrifices. And that means you need to make sure that you're with the right partner and you've got the right friends around you to support you through that process, because it can be a lonely journey if you don't have a good support network around you to grow a business. Touching on friendships and relationships, if you've got negative influences in your life, you need to cut them out straight away, because they will severely affect your potential when it comes to growing the business. Any negative friendships, drugs, alcoholics, all these kind of things, you need to cut them out if they are negatively impacting upon your life. And it's amazing how much your life and your performance can change when you surround yourself with the right people. And again, inversely, how negatively it can change if you surround yourself with negative people. Another point is you're going to change as a person. Like, building a business will severely change you as a person. You're going to grow in many different ways, in positive ways, I hope. You're going to build resilience. So you're going to learn to deal with a lot of stress. You're going to learn to deal with problematic situations, like I mentioned before. And that is going to build your internal resilience, which is a very good quality. You're also going to build up a lot of stress tolerance. So in any stressful situations, if you're calm, if you can deal with it and you're a good, successful entrepreneur, then when you come to a stressful situation, you'll have much more capability to deal with that situation. One thing is you're going to work more hours than you've ever worked before. Growing a business is a 24/7, 365-day adventure. And also that's going to impact your lifestyle. So your lifestyle is going to change in every different way as well. Things that you used to do before, you probably won't do now after you've started your business. Like for me, I was a big gamer before I started my business, and now I don't have time to do that at all. It's probably once in a blue moon I'm able to get on a PlayStation or sit on my computer and play World of Warcraft or Age of Empires like I used to for hours and hours a day. So yeah, your lifestyle is going to change, and hopefully for the better. As long as you make it for the better, That's the important part. For me now, I've swapped out my gaming for going to the gym, for example. My spare time, I'll go to the gym. My eating habits have changed as well since being an entrepreneur, because I know I need to fuel my body correctly, because I need to be able to deal with the stress. So lots of different ways that your lifestyle is going to change. And to conclude, guys, if you're here after all of this, if you're still listening, then that means you're the kind of person that wants to be successful. And you will be, because if you go through all this and you deal with all the things that we just spoke about, at the end point, you're going to achieve freedom, you're going to be rich, most likely, you're going to be able to treat your family to loads of different holidays and gifts and things like that. You'll be a provider because you'll have an income that is substantial, because you'll have made a successful business, and that's the whole point of creating a business. I think one of the most important benefits that I've gained from starting my business is being able to rely on myself for my income, because I decide how and when I want to work, who I want to work for, who works for me, what situations I want to be in, and that is a very, very fulfilling feeling to have. So I hope this video has been very useful for you guys. I might have put you off starting a business, but I have, then I probably just saved you a lot of effort, because you probably weren't the right person in the first place to start a business. It's not for everybody. If you do need help scaling maybe your trades business, again, we're launching the Trades Transformation Toolkit. You can DM us to apply. We're taking on a few more final pre-sale slots, and after that, they'll be up to full price, and we'll be launching the course. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next one.